Hey there, folks. What is poppin'? My name is Rabbit, and welcome to episode 180 of Let's Play Jade Cocoon 2, where we are continuing to explore the bonus forest here in the postgame. We are right here at the start of Firestorm number 3. In our last episode, we did end up wrapping up Firestorm 2. We took on a coup beast hunter who got his ass whooped. We got our 6th coup medal as well as a Hellfire ring, and that was, I think, the extent of the last episode. I don't think we had any cutscenes. You know, I really should know that, right? We literally just ended the episode, but I was way too busy sharing with you guys the interesting life of my guinea pigs. And no, that's a little tongue-in-cheek. I think some people would not find them interesting, but I consider myself fairly observant, and I can honestly just sit and watch them for 2 hours, just interacting with each other when I take them outside, just seeing how they respond to their environments and the atmosphere. It's pretty entertaining for someone like me who has no life. But maybe for you, that's not the case. Anyhow, I was describing some of the personalities and sharing with you all that a woman named Joanna, who is a bit older, like in her 40s, she also does a lot of rescuing and fostering of small animals. I think she does guinea pigs, hamsters, and gerbils. I think those are her 3 that she primarily focuses on, but she didn't have space for one guinea pig in a group that she was receiving through a surrender, so she asked me to hold on to it. It is a girl, so that kind of posed some issues for me initially because I felt like I didn't really have the space, and I was concerned about just what her disposition would be like and just how she would be and what it would be like to have her. But it has been smooth sailing. She has just melted my heart, and I will be completely transparent with you all and share that I almost want to keep her and almost want to ask Joanna if I could keep her, but I don't think Andrew would be 100% on board with that idea, just because, you know, we do have to keep her in her own enclosure, and I don't know long term if that's really ideal, and I wouldn't want to then have a male and female enclosure. I don't know, and I don't want to get her fixed. I just, you know, I think she will be fine with Joanna, and she will have a happy life, the happiest of happy piggy lives that can be, you know, acquired for a pig. But it just makes me sad because I've fallen in love with her quite a bit, if you can't tell just from how I'm gushing. So anyway, that piggy is named Lily, and then I was sort of just describing that it's hard to know what you're going to get because a lot of their personalities really just come down to their upbringing as well as what their normal nature would have been regardless of your existence and you forcing yourself on them and in their lives. So I was sharing with you guys that Peter and Pickle had come from that hoarding type situation with Ptolemy, who did end up passing away as a result of it ultimately. He just never was able to overcome the stress and anxiety that he experienced from that overcrowding, and I think Pickle's nature of being kind of a bully and the fact that he is so smart compared to the other ones, it was too much. It was such a bad situation, and I think that the innate dispositions that these guinea pigs all embodied, every single trait, whether it was positive or negative, I think became exacerbated by that. So the positive for Pickle, for example, was he became very smart and he became very resourceful, I think, because of the overcrowding. So he made sure he was never hungry, but I think that came at the expense of the other pigs. And similarly, I think that he also became, I don't know, like talking about him as aggressive, I think sounds extremely negative when it can be kind of positive, because I think he's a little confident and he's a good leader, and I don't know. But I think the situation exacerbated the fact that he would be a top pig if they were in the wild and, you know, he was sort of running the show with his own little group of bitches. Pickle would be in charge, for sure. So he and his brother Peter are bonded, but they do not like each other. And it's really sad because they think that they would be very sweet or much sweeter if they had been raised in a different environment. So Peter, for example, just, you know, doing the pro and the con of the terrible situation. Not that there is a pro of his terrible situation, but mostly referring to how the good traits and the negative traits became exacerbated by their circumstance. I think Peter's disposition is more timid anyway, so regardless of whether he had been raised properly or as an individual pig, I think he always would have been the kind that spooks very easily, doesn't like loud noises. He's very sensitive, like his ears always twitch if the phone rings or if a door slams outside to a car. He's kind of a hot mess. But I think the good side to that is that when there is conflict, he doesn't really participate in it, where we've seen some pigs that they love getting in on it. Like, it is very interesting, you guys. I realize I've been talking about guinea pigs for about 20 minutes, and I'm sure you don't really care. Some of you have probably never even seen a fucking guinea pig before. You would be surprised, as one final thought about guinea pigs, you'd be surprised how many people have no idea what they are. I have had so many people come up to me and be like, oh my gosh, your rat is huge. Or they'll say, that's the biggest hamster I've ever seen. And it just kills me inside. Not in a bad way. I understand, like, how many people have actually seen guinea pigs or chinchillas. It's not like they're that commonplace. But a part of me does just want to just strangle them a little bit. I'm like, this is not a rat, or this is clearly not a hamster. But I appreciate you making conversation with me because isn't it adorable? So I have a lot of people that mistake my guinea pigs for fat, tailless rats or obese hamsters, I guess. It's fascinating, you guys. I love my guinea pigs so much. So I can't wait to eventually make a vlog-ish video where I just show them all to you. I don't know how they will respond to it. If I can just predict right now, Phobos is kind of crazy, and I think he's not super well. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Physically, he's fine, but I don't know if mentally he's all there. Andrew and I kind of make the joke that he might be a little inbred. Like, maybe his dad was also his brother. I don't really know, but his behaviors are excessively peculiar for a guinea pig. He is still the youngest, so it could just be that he's more wary, kind of like Peter. I don't know. He's the youngest one we've ever had since we've primarily functioned as fosterers or as rescuers. So I don't know. Maybe it's normal for them to act whack like Phobos does. But he's so cute, you guys. So I don't know how he'll respond. He'll probably be wiggling and losing his mind. But I'll try to show him to you anyway. I think Hammer and Lily will be the most calm because they're just so fat and they're so laid back, and they're not easily fussed at all. As long as you give them like a little piece of romaine lettuce or some parsley, they will just chill with you forever. Lily will fucking fall asleep and stay with you for 2 or 3 hours. She does not give a fuck. I love Lily. She's amazing. I really might see if I can keep her. I don't know. We'll figure it out, you guys. We will figure it out. There's still plenty of time, and I know there are countless piggies out there that need to be saved and need a nice home, so I'm trying to tell myself that it's probably not good to get attached to every single foster that you have, because you can't save them all. And it ultimately comes down to the fact that, wait a second, that looks like, I guess I'll get to that as a loop-de-loop maybe? There's a line on the map that made it appear as though there is another ogre vine that we can't quite see, but whatever, we won't worry about it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my hide spore just so we can run on through. I don't think we're really missing anything with these little fights. We have not, okay, whatever. Let me, steel wall book, great. Did not really need it, but it's selling fodder. And with all the merging that we've got coming, I suppose it's no major loss to, what the fuck? Oh, well, we found this, but it is closed. So let's just keep exploring here. It looks like this one is just going to loop around. And what is with the lovely gems? These are such crap. I'm so sick of finding these. Get out of my inventory. Thank you. I need to start dropping the steel wall books too, I think. So anyway, those are my thoughts on guinea pigs. I love them very much, and I will gladly show you guys. Oh, is he salty because I'm in Viz? Get wrecked, you noob.
Hi, you're looking happy. I guess so. You are too. I've been getting used to the master's riddle training. Working out while thinking why is really meaningful. Well, I always realize it much later. I just believe in the master.
Wow, that's pretty odd. You think he's gone senile, like Woot?
Leave me comfortable. I'm looking forward to fighting Kahu again. I'm not gonna lose.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like the new Nam. I almost wish they had made his transformation happen a bit more rapidly, because I think not everyone is going to have the patience to want to explore all this extra shit in the post game. And so for those folks, Nam will forever just be kind of a loudmouth brat, when I think his development is among the best out of all the characters that really are presented to us in this game.
You're gonna enter the tournament too? I'm looking forward to it.
Actually, I'm not, Nam. I am absolutely not. I'm just trying to... Oh, this douche wants me so badly. But that works out because... What is up with those Ramakite dudes being here? Well, we'll use this as an opportunity to use a steel wall book just to get it out of my inventory here. And we will fuck these guys up and I guess head into Firestorm 4. If we're lucky, we might be able to get halfway through it before we are done with this episode. And yeah, you guys, we'll be finished basically with Firestorm probably in like 3 more episodes. So what do you say? That will bring us to about 14 videos total. If I'm estimating correctly, of course, something could always happen that ends up delaying an episode if we just have a slew of fights, or I don't know. I know there's like occasionally there's some sort of arena that we've come upon as we've gone through the Fire Forest. So there is a possibility that maybe we would have an extra episode dedicated to that. I don't remember what it's called, like the Black Arena? I fucking don't remember, but it's in the Fire Forest and you get money for doing it. So I don't know, maybe that's something that we'll explore if we do have the opportunity to do so here. I couldn't even tell you the last time we saw one of those coup guys that was sitting at the desk offering us the chance to participate. I don't think did we ever actually fully get through one? We might have at the very beginning, like the first one we came across, but after that it just wasn't worth it to me for the money. But thinking about it, if you are hard pressed for cash, if you feel like you're struggling with finding good gems and the mixing shit's not really doing it for you to sell like the Sweet Night paraphernalia or upscaled gems, I guess you could do that for money and that would work out okay. I don't know, it's up to you. I think we reached a point where money hasn't been too big of an ordeal for us now, but we also have a team that's pretty self-sufficient. I think the beginning is harder than the end game, even though it costs a lot more now to merge up your divine beasts. I don't think there's as much of a necessity for it once you've reached a certain point compared to earlier on. If you still have like C grade skills and you're facing off against B and A grade abilities, like you're fucked. But having a bunch of A grade abilities versus S grade, I don't think it's as big of a gap, or it doesn't feel as big and it doesn't feel as important. Not to say that it's not important, you know, having those S ranks are there for a reason, and that there's a reason why they are S rank and not A rank, but I think you can bridge the gap a little bit easier with time later on in the game than you can earlier. I think that feeling of necessity weighs more heavily upon your shoulders when you are first starting out and building up your team. Unless you were smarter than me and you leveled people up and evolved them properly. I did not do that super great. You know, looking back at the beginning of the game, I would say it wasn't until probably like 15 hours into the game that I really started getting my shit together. So we have a few beasts that they were trash, and it wasn't until very later on that I feel like I was able to really do anything proper with them. And even now, they're struggling a little bit, but it's all good. It's all good. We have managed to make it this far without really having a game over. So I guess I can't be too hard on myself. But you also could argue that I haven't gone through any of the super high level battles in the arena. So, who knows? Maybe I would get dragged and my teams are all trash, but I'm not going to sweat it because I'm here for the story. I'm not here for all these battles. So we won't worry about it. But okay, let us make our happy way. Oh no, not another one of you guys. Looks like we won't be making our way through Firestorm 4, just so that this episode's not too long. We had a couple in these batches of episodes that were 30 minutes long, and I want to try to balance that out a little bit. So as soon as we're done with these guys, okay, I need you guys to stop. God, the Coos, they pack a wall up, y'all. They do not mess around. So let's go ahead and try to take care of you. Well, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day as you are watching this. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm in great spirits. Work today shouldn't be too nuts, although I think the next 2 weeks are going to be crazy. I've got a couple of projects that I have been plopped into now that things kind of changed, and I was sharing with you guys earlier that they are being very gracious, and I think because they realize that they need me and they also appreciate the grace that I extended to them with my own exit and my pending move, that they, I don't know, they just wanted to reward that. So there's going to be a lot, though, that I'm going to have to be getting through. So hopefully I will have plenty of time to keep these episodes ongoing prior to our move. Because now that I guess I'm thinking about it and just kind of talking aloud about the situation, I'm going to have a few travel commitments. So we'll see. I would think 1, 2... I'm guessing off the top of my head that there will be at least 2, if not closer to 3 weekends where I'm going to be kind of running around. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But anyway, we will speak further on that in our upcoming episode number 181. But for now, let us go ahead and part ways a wee bit early just to be mindful of time. So as always, friends, thank you so very much for watching. I am your host, Rabbit. This is our playthrough of Jade Cocoon 2 as we are making our way through the bonus forest here in the post game. And when we resume in our upcoming video, we will tackle Firestorm number 4. So I'll see you guys there.